Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. How are we all doing today? I am very excited to be getting back to Disco Elysium. Um, there's a lot of interesting stuff still to do. I mean, obviously, there's there's tons of interesting stuff in this game, but yeah, I think we're going to have a good time today, or at least I think I'm going to have a good time. I hope you all as well, though. Thank you all for joining me, and without too much, uh, too much messing around, let us get started. Summer has already requested a Starstorm, so let's get that going. As always, let me know if any of the audio is a bit too soft. I know this game can be a bit quiet. Less so on the title screen and more just during gameplay. So I'm probably going to boost it once we get started. Stillwealth, how are you? So, last stream I called my ex-wife, which was a disaster. And I found the missing husband, who is dead. I also met this young girl, who is very sweet. So that went well, at least. Painted with pastels. Someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. Gold, I'm so happy you've got your real name back. The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men are listening to some new form of music. It's like nothing you've ever heard. One of them looks at you.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this is their leader. Or at least he thinks he is. Okay.
Sorry, we barely have room for one.
So, no Kim at the moment. This is the worst. Stitch! Everybody, give Stitch all the pats.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
Oh, Kim, you sweet, sweet man, you. I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.
Yeah, I feel you, Gold. I'm very glad that you're back to your true name. Oh. These certainly are delinquents. A pile of nasal sprays. Brand name Nosafed Ultra. A speaker, the big kind they use for live music. Canisters filled with what appears to be water. The label says distilled. Okay, let's chat to them. Well, thanks, Stitch. That is very sad. I remember when that happened. You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his hair with a toothbrush. He puts the toothbrush down and extends his hand in greeting.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I don't mind shaking his hand. His grip is strong, sweaty, and warm. He's trying to project and inspire confidence.
This is my posse. Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you suspiciously.
And Egghead.
Noid and Egghead. Those sure are names.
Egg!
The tape player high above his head continues to blast strange music.
Together with Acel Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive sonic experimentation, we like to think of ourselves as music venue organisers.
Okay. How many music venues have you organized?
We have many in the pipeline, officer.
Aha! In the pipeline, yes.
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate to establish a new venue in.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there was no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in Jamrock, we've had rotten luck with the real estate part.
I mean, yeah, it's not the best place. Egghead does seem to be... like, he's very enthusiastic.
Place is a shithole.
I don't like you.
I
Immediately.
apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
Yeah, there's no need. The place is pretty bad.
Which brings me to the problem of occupied ecclesiastical property. I bet you've noticed the derelict hive of narcomania on the coast.
The church? Narcomania means he's at least claiming that it's like a drug den.
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Even a place of spiritual refuge can become a magnet for all sorts of dopeheads and burnouts if left unattended.
He's not 100% wrong.
Dope heads.
God, I love this voice.
Burnouts.
Oh.
Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Sad because we were just about to put Martinez on the map with one of the maddest dance clubs in Jamrock. Nah, strike that, in Revachol.
Okay.
Strike that. The word.
Bruh, you were so high and I love you.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there are the worst kind.
Oh? He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze, letting you imagine just how bad those dope heads and burnouts really are. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those. I won't stand for narcomaniacs of any kind. No narcomaniacs on my watch. Yes, and the worst part is, they're also spooky. What exactly do you mean by spooky? I've investigated at least one ghost already. I was hoping you would be the judge of that, officer. All I can say is, their spookiness is the kind that keeps us from restoring this church into a community center, and a place of spiritual refuge. You see, if Everard Clare actually wanted to improve this place, this is what he would focus on. This area has a community center. Or had a community center. You don't need to build a new one. You need to restore the one that people already used, which is the church. And maybe people are not interested in the religious aspect of it, but you don't need to build a new building and drive out other people. You need to fix what's there. Also, they don't heat or clean the building. Shit's gonna collapse. People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance with that. Thank you, Egghead. He turns to you. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing. I'm not sure... I'm sure it's not what the Ecclesiastes meant their property for. Yeah, I'll look into it. I wanted to look into the church anyway, so this is definitely on my radar. I didn't expect the task to be help ravers start a nightclub. I thought I was just going to look into the church. Alright, man. He claps his hands enthusiastically. Andre is obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tainted. The boys exchange giddy looks. Did you put the padlock on the door? Yes. Ask Noid to install a measure against more drifters wandering in. It's a temporary fix, just something to contain the situation. I had to do it in a hurry. Not my best work, but it should hold for a while. I need the key. Of course. Noid, give the officer the key. Hey, I potentially don't have to break it down. Alright, the speed freak dips into his belt pack and produces a yellow key. He then makes a sudden cool-infused move, tossing it in your general direction. Be the cool cop. Catch the key as it flies towards you. Ooh. Ooh, 42% chance? Like, this one doesn't matter. If I fail this one, I'll still get the key, because it'll just fall to the ground. But I want to try to be cool in front of the kids. This is a terrible, terrible idea. Nope. As if time is frozen somehow. You think you can sense the key moving in the air. Yeah, this is going to be way cool. Don't ruin the cool by overdoing it. Raise your hand in front of your face with minimum effort. Oh. Blam! Straight in the eye. Straight in the old eye orb. In the looking ball. A stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your right eye. Ouch! Goddamn asshole, what is wrong with you? Can't you see I'm in pain now? Man, I'm super sorry. That was totally my bad. I got overexcited. Threw them too hard. I'm sorry. He looks like he's genuinely sorry he didn't throw them better. I'm sorry. Bend your face in mockery of his useless contrition. You almost eye-murdered me. A cop. That's use of lethal force. I really am sorry, man. Just take this, okay? He pulls out some black paper from his belt pack. Wow. Looks like there's quite a lot there. Oh. You know what? I need the money. I need money. I feel terrible about this. But I failed to catch the keys, and therefore I am being paid. Holy shit! 25 real? I hope that settles it. Or, wait. The key. He cautiously hands you the yellow key ring. Holy fuck! I'm so glad I missed the key. He's shifting in his spot uncomfortably, still feeling sorry for the mishap. We were talking about the padlock, I think? How long have those people been locked in there? Not long. Like a week, maybe? He shrugs. How can you be sure they haven't starved to death? I'm super sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive. It really is a good line. You almost eye-murdered me. 85% is not good enough when you're dealing with another person's physical well-being. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that. I assumed when they locked the door that they locked people out, not in. Me too. I shouldn't have that kind of power over another person. I'm not the one with the violence monopoly here. You are. I'm glad that key is out of my hands now. Gold, you just have to write it down somewhere. Or, it's been more than 2 minutes, so I doubt we can clip it, but we can clip it from the VOD maybe. Right, other questions. Sure, man, tell us what you want to know. Let's do it. Who exactly are those people inside the church? Truth is, I don't really know. None of us do. I don't even know how many there are. All we've seen are glimpses. You haven't even seen them and you want police involved? Well, he leans in for emphasis. There's also the machinery. This machinery is of the deeply mystical variety. Fuck yeah. When I first scouted the place back in February, it was abandoned, empty. Took some time getting the crew together, so about 2 weeks ago we came here hoping to set this stuff up. Suddenly there are all these strange machines lying around in there. Okay, that is worth investigating. One of them has wires running into bowls of water. Wires into water. Never seen anything like it. This is definitely worth looking into. Andre, tell him about the feeling. Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us, watching us from the dark. No, the other one. Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you are, Egg. Felt like silence. Awful silence. But you haven't physically seen anyone. Not exactly. We just seen someone who we who we think is a woman, go in and out of the church a couple of times, and we felt someone or something eyeing us inside. But that's kind of it. I wonder if this is the center of the drug operation. You know what, Gold? I'm also glad that that's what's happening. Or was that about something watching you? Like, you aren't alone, you know? It wasn't quite human, if you know what I mean. It was this dark shape climbing upside down along the ceiling, like some kind of crab man. The fuck? Yeah, you know, the way it was climbing up and down around the ceiling, like a crab. The other one agrees. It was stalking Estelle. That was her name, I think. Or at least the pronunciation. Exhibiting ambush behavior. Are you sure there was a crab man? Yeah, totally. I mean, I didn't personally see it. Estelle was alone that time, but I believe her. If she comes out running and says there's a crab in there, there's a crab in there. She doesn't seem like a liar, but also, crab man is crazy. You should ask her about it, but be nice. Don't tell her you don't believe in the crab. There probably is no crab man. Don't let them draw you in with this nonsense. Can you tell me more about the machinery? You should talk to Noid about that. I just got a distinct burnout at Dopehead sign from them. Probably jacked up to some snuff station too. Probably, very likely. With a small surge of P or PEA. I don't know which one. I'm going to assume P as in I found a single P. With a small surge of PEA, alertness fills you, as if to say, this is a dark corner. Look behind it. I'll talk to Noid then. So how can you be sure they're burnouts and dopeheads? Well, honestly, I can't, but I am. Why not? Let's go with that. I don't see a single thing wrong with that argument. He nods. I'm 70% sure they're substance users. Don't let the technology fool you. He makes little quotation marks with his fingers when he says technology. Let's talk about something else. I already know about the Ecclesiastes, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. I want to ask about this tent. I see you brought your own water. Yeah, good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water. And it's distilled, too. Oh? He doesn't know what to say. It's the one they sell at the fuel station. What's with all the Nosafed? The what now? He leans in to hear you better. Points at the bottle of nasal spray. You have a lot of it lying around. Oh, the old Ultra. I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe. Luca! Welcome. So yeah, a lot of older nasal sprays were basically drugs you can just sniff. It did clear your nose, it just was also addictive. You sound fine to me. Yes, he nods energetically. That's all Nosafed's doing. Without the nose, I'd be drowning in shit right now. Nosafed is the shit. Good. Now, on to the next thing. I'm not gonna ask if I can have some. This stuff is a straight-up drug. But also I'm going to... It's a healing item. Okay. Oh god, why did you have to say that, Luca? You break my soul. Maybe everything isn't quite as you've been told. Take a moment to analyze. That's a very, very low chance. But it's a white check. I'm gonna take the chance. Nope. Okay, so the speed freaks want to start a club for dance music. That much checks out. Youths like music. You feel as though you might have liked music more when you were young too, but you digress. Then there's the Narcomania. Indeed. So one of them came upon the abandoned church. They want to turn it into a club for dance music, but agents of Narcomania have overrun it. You shudder to think of all the narco they must have already consumed in there. Narco is bad. Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church. That settles it. Analysis complete, their story checks out. It really doesn't, but...
now you want to discuss things with Noid? Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry tools and
It's
parts.
good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your side. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
I hate him. I hate him so much already. And not just because he tried to eye murder me. He runs his hand through his hair, which is combed back in mock seriousness, and continues to fiddle with some gears. I saw a sticker on the padlock. A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me? It's this one. Are you familiar with it? Show him the sticker inside the ledger. Seems like my creation has found its way into the legal bureaucracy. What did you want to ask about? What's it supposed to be? A dead guy smiling. What does it mean? Why is the dead guy smiling? He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. Spooked! Heemst! The present moment in life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. This dude is so high. He thinks. Maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats. Or dragged out of his mind, come to think of it. I think maybe the smiling dead guy is a symbol for communism. It's also dead, but doesn't care. He considers this for a moment. Yeah, that interpretation holds. Tell me about the machines you saw in the church. That's what I'm interested in. He cringes. Weird stuff. Specialized. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. That's where the fucking drug trade is happening from. Wires going to water. Gives off a spy sign or some fucked up Samaran science sign. You know, the kind that goes headfirst into the supernatural. The supernatural. So you think it's real? That it actually exists? Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebes. Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff. Kim is outside, Luca, don't worry. We're just in a tent and he's waiting. Why are you called Noid? He picks up some sort of widget. The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment. It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment. The fuck am I talking about? That's my own brain confusing me. Does this mean we need sign matching? Oh god. Yes, further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this would be getting us into the church. I guess? The fuck is a sign? Yeah, gotta compare, see if we can align. I suck at socializing, man. Even now, our sign synchronization is way off. But I'll see what I can do. So if I get them into the church, that will help align our signs? Nah, still strongly out of sync. Stage Gamma disalignment. He examines a small metal bolt in his hand. You heard me. A young man with peroxide blonde hair holds up a Harman Wowshy tape player, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says, as though you're supposed to be sharing some tremendous evangelical secret.
Hardcore!
Is it?
It's hardcore!
I don't know what to say to that.
Skibber danger. I am the rearranger.
Oh, Egghead. I love you. Skibba danger. I am the rearranger. Your cop training did not prepare you for this. What to do? Solve the Egghead puzzle? Could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think? That's it? Oh, I love that. Egghead is amazing. He's a scat man. Okay, but there are still some other things I want to do. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. Hole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. Trash from some unending party. This is someone's home away from home. Just like yours. A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow. 2 poles are holding it up. Barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind might be enough. What is this? Looks like a makeshift bridge. The lieutenant adjusts his collar against a cold breeze. Could be convenient. Yeah, let's push it over. The pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thump. Cool. That was convenient. Now, unfortunately, I've got a ton of potential tasks to do. So, I have the tape I need to sing karaoke, but I don't have a tape machine. I got the signature for Everard. I need to put the envelope in the mailbox, but I got the fake signature, so this isn't going to happen, which makes me super happy. The tape machine will also be useful for the Door Gunner Mega Mix. Wait a second. I've got a tape machine in my room, but I don't have access to my room because, yeah. So I'll need to buy a tape machine. I can take the stuffed bird to Garte, and even though it's not listed here, as far as I can see, Oh no, yeah. Dead body on the boardwalk. I need to speak to the lady about her husband. That's so sad. Check the trap Morel just set up in the cryptozoologist camp, and check the trap near the canal. So I want to do those 2 as well. Everything to do with the Ravers, as they're called. I'm not going to deal with that yet. Is this the way to those traps? I feel like it is, but I may have gone too far. Yes, this is the very end. I'm further back. Where was it? Way over on this side, I think. Or not? Hank. I'm lost and confused. I'm still lost and still confused. This didn't help at all. I was briefly stuck. Okay, this isn't where the first trap was, unfortunately. But this is... There's another trap around here. Trap near the... Things I'm gonna have to go past the canal anyway, so I don't want to... I want to do that trap last. Just for convenience sake. Okay, yes, this is the spot, I think. Yes, let's check this. Did we find the magical... This is the trap Morel just said. Checking it over, he said, is just a technicality, but reach for the trap. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity. No, unfortunately, we have not yet solved the egghead puzzle. But as Luca has correctly said, Scubbity, Scubbadanger, I am the rearranger. Empty as all of them, he pants. Oh, because I'm running everywhere. One more of these and we're done. His face is red from the cold sea air. He crouches down to catch his breath. You getting tired? No, I'm fine. I didn't mean to complain, it's just, he's short-winded. The sentence ends there. The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake in the lazily falling rain. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire's gone out. You feel strange somehow. Are there going to be consequences for making him run all the time? Is he going to have like a fucking heart attack? Yeah. I'm going to take it easy for a little while. I will do nothing to jeopardize Kim's welfare, if I can help it. And yes, it's a little bit slower to get around, but if that means Kim is happier and healthier, that is a small price to pay. Wait, I double-clicked by mistake. Yeah, we'll take the scenic route. For our friend. Did I ever look in here? Doesn't look like it. Like, it's probably not the most important thing, but I'm just curious. You see dust-covered linens, dry tulips on a bed. Okay, it wasn't important, but still. Bricks. Cinder blocks, charred. A makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting. I mean, you're not wrong, Luca. Oh. I think I'm in the wrong spot. I think I gotta go here. Wait. Oh no, that is the right spot. Remember when we had swing time with Kim and it was the best experience in the whole game? I remember when we had swing time with Kim. Takes you a moment, but finally you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds. This trap feels light and silent. As you pick it up, something is different here. No locusts. No phasmid either, but still. Look closer. The lieutenant studies the trap with you. Well, the bait worked on something. It doesn't mean it's a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap. The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others, like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground. I get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap. What if it ate them and got out? Probably wasn't the phasmid, but still Morel needs to know. I actually feel like this... I'm going with the first option. He purses his lips. Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not. Yeah, it probably wasn't the phasmid, but still Morel needs to know. We did sort of promise to tell them, didn't we? He seemed to regret the fact. Oh, Kim. Yes, it's frogs. The reeds bend forlornly towards the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks seem like a rebuke. The sound of the city centre hums in the east. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast. Nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always cold. Ahead. Decades-old concrete defences. Children play in them now. Okay, so... We have to tell Morel what happened. I'm hoping the pawn shop is still open, because I know they had a tape player. And now that I've got a fair amount of cash, I can actually... Ooh, a thing. I can actually, you know, maybe buy one. Is there a whole thing I didn't explore? Sign says no entry. Someone scribbled an inverted star on it. Traffic beyond the gate. More abandoned motor lorries. Interesting. More magnesium for morale. Jamrock Biker Cup Sunnies. More empathy, worse logic. But they're cool glasses. I'll take the cool glasses. I mean, that's what it sounds like, Luca. Okay, pawn shop, are you still open? Please still be open. I need to buy a thing from you, you see? Interestingly, this song, like, there are a couple of songs in this game which are actually copyrighted, and so a couple of my VODs have been copyright claimed. It doesn't stop them from being public, but if I could make money off it, then I wouldn't. So, it's just a curious little thing. It's only $12? Oh, I can definitely afford that. The boomboxes wait on the shelves, and your boombox, that golden amber Harman Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes. I want to buy that boombox. The thing is, Summer, this is one of these situations. I'm perfectly happy getting copyright claimed in a situation like this. It's legitimately that band's music. Like, it is also legitimately used in this game, but it's their music. I'm fine with them. If anybody's gonna make money off it, let them make money off it. And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes. That was rather an interesting thing to say.
Hello again. How can I help you?
The boombox I bought. It should play this tape, right? Of course. It's in working order still, isn't it? Just pick your tape and set it spinning. And it all starts with the tape. I think I've got a couple of things I can sell. Banged up fuel canister? That feels like it could potentially be useful. The postcards, I believe, are only valuable to sell. Blue medicinal spirit. So the guy was going to charge me 300 real for this. And it's worth 8. As I said, banged up fuel canister, I've got a weird feeling that this is going to be valuable. I'm not going to try and sell the armor. I'm not that dude. Not anymore. Okay. This is yellow now. That's interesting. Rack of secondhand uniforms. Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh yeah, this depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Helmdall burning. What's the deal with the man on the shirt? It's the man from Helmdall. Walking away from his burning village, yes. Their matter-of-fact tone belies their surprise at the fact that you didn't recognize the figure in the print. I'm guessing I'm supposed to know who this man from Helmdall is, but I lost my memory recently and need help remembering basic facts about reality. I just love how fucking candid that answer is. The thing is, you're right, Luca, and I didn't quite think of that, but they do such good environmental storytelling, and yeah, the fact that he's in a little cubicle, there's a reason. Huh? Never mind. Tell me more about this man from Helmdall. Man from Helmdall is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Cutler, mostly what is nowadays Arda NFD. In fact, he leans in. Most people don't think that the man from Helmdall ever really existed, but they are wrong. The lieutenant raises a brow. Helmdall isn't a real place. Neither is the man a real man, of course, but both the man and Helmdall are an ontological necessity. He stops abruptly. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about. What do you mean he was real? I mean, even if the man from Helmdall didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really. Okay. You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Cutler. Though not quite as far north as the Helmdall, and watched the northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique energetic tides there. Yeah, no, I figured that, Luca. Yeah, there's very Conan energy about this. Very, very unique energies indeed. Geomagnetic ley lines, one might even say. Stop talking about this nerd stuff. It will make you weedy. But the damn shirt already, it's powerful. How much are you selling this t-shirt for? Fucking 2 real? I'll definitely take it. That's dirt cheap. Cool, I'll think about it. He inclines his head. You should. I've thought it over and I want to buy the t-shirt. +1 physical instrument, +1 shivers, -2 authority. That's actually super good. Conan the Libertarian. Welcome to Helmdall, officer. I appreciate it, Luca. Oh no, I know what you said, Summer. I was just taking it a step further. Because I somehow love the idea that in the modern age, Conan would end up being a libertarian. Okay. Quick jog, Kim. Not much. I just want to get back here. I don't like to go into politics too much, but a lot of libertarians, not all, but a lot, get on my nerves. To quote something I've read several times, centrism is a hell of a drug. It is very easy to imagine that both sides are equally bad in a situation when they frequently aren't. Who are you two gentlemen? I have not met you yet.
Can I help you?
Garte, I found a new bird for the whirling. What is this thing? The man takes a stuffed bird. It's no biggie. I just thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop. What? The interior decorating kind? He inspects the bird somewhat suspiciously, then mellows. You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. Yes! I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. He hesitates. So, I don't know. Thank you? I'm gonna go with thank you. I want to fix the mistakes I made. People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem. This was mostly about the fucking cardio. Massive cardio here. You'll live till 90. Or you'll get a heart attack from running. I feel good about our work here today, the lieutenant nods. It's all about the little things, like bringing random people stuffed animals. Okay, Kim, I love you, but get off my back about this. So, in America, left and liberal and Democrat are frequently used as kind of synonyms. However, there are also differences between them. a lot of Democrats are quite conservative and not particularly liberal. Liberals are all left, but not all. But not all liberals are left-leaning. Not all left-leaning people consider themselves liberals. It's super complicated, and I am English, so I don't blame you, Luca. Now who are you, fancy fellows?
Hello, officer. Name's Gary.
Oh, it's
Boy,
these
am I
two.
ever so grateful to you. But I'm not the only one who wants to thank you.
It's these two. Okay, that's fine. Well, she wants to thank me, so let's get that.
Sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Just doing my job, ma'am. Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. She hands you a thin ribbon held together by a silver bird skull. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special. Well, that's kind of it, Josh. What America considers to be liberal would be considered centrist in most of Europe. With exceptions, obviously. Yeah. But most Democrats are actually very centrist. Frankly, more so than the majority of the American public, who are unbalanced, more left-leaning than is reported, because, as Stealth says, the Overton window is very far to the right. There's no real representation of that in mainstream politics, Luca. Like, mainstream American politics does not have a far left. It just doesn't. Because the moment you say anything about the public good, you're labeled an insane communist. Anyway, this is a really nice gift. The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. Fuck yes, 92% chance. Can't wait to fuck this up. No, it was a success. There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask. Hey Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them? Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use the company too. The lieutenant throws you one of his looks. One cryptid, not a couple. One. This won't turn into some kind of cryptid extravaganza. Cryptid extravaganza? I like the sound of that. But no, we are cops with a job. He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Cryptids. Let's hear about all the interesting cryptids. Ooh, tough choice there. The biggest, the tiniest, the most dangerous, invisible. Is this bird a cryptid? No. Her eyes narrow mysteriously. It's the cryptid. The cryptid? Oh yes, the small silvery skull shines between your fingers. Its beak sharp. Okay, what is this bird? The 8-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real, a mutation, they said. Until... Cryptides? You're right. Mutation, the man scoffs. All of evolution is a mutation. Until it was cited by a renowned Gotwaldian explorer and naturalist, Uwe Plattenkalk in 21. I need to hear about this sighting. It happened on a botanical expedition in the vast and unexplored Uamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm. What happened? Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of the Pericarnassus. He was lost without any navigation equipment and desperately low on water. After a day or two, he noticed a bird high in the noon sky, a great black bird. It seemed gargantuan. Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, the Territorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times. Sounds like this dude's hallucinating from being dehydrated. Eat the bird, Uwe. It's the only way to survive. Half-Light, you need to fucking relax. It was following him? No, it followed him? More like he followed it. A bird that big has many liters of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plattenkalk followed the Territorn until they reached a great canyon wall where the bird finally landed to rest. The professor climbed up there with a rock in his hands. He found the bird sleeping with its head tucked under its wing, a great black pile of feathers on the perch. So he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist. Then the Territorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull like a spider, and the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand. Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird. Probably, Luca. The bird was controlling his mind. It kept him from approaching. He could step back, but every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uwe spent 3 days trying until the bird flew away. How did he survive to tell the story? An 8-eyed mind-controlling bird? Fuck yes. Absolutely, sweetie, she smiles, glad you agree. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since. But Uamrao is vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets. Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one. By the end of the decade, latest. This one, I liked. The lieutenant puts down his notes. Not only does it have 8 eyes, and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control. So that was the last anyone saw of it? Sadly, yes. But there are numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Ilmara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that is hard to pass off as coincidence. The imperial eagle too had 8 eyes. Very, very hard. I love the experience you get from just these little things. This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People will be looking at that tie on you and thinking, this man is into cryptids. She winks. So what else do you want to know? I promised Kim only one. Of course, dear. And I want to speak to him. But first, wait, no, not that one. I want to put on the tie. Because but I look so dapper with my bow tie. Okay, but that thing looks fucking badass. Yes, I think maybe I like that one.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
Well, good. He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside this man is itching for some news on those traps. So I checked all the traps. Good, okay, he breaks his calm. And one of them was empty. Completely empty? The cryptozoologist's eyes grow wide. Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid. No locusts, but no phasmid either. That's not ideal, but he rubs his chin. The old woman's face lights up. It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought. Of course, the detective whispers to himself. More clever. God, Stitch, can you imagine having Harry for Smash? Oh, and his final smash? His final smash is just a spinning ballet kick to the throat. Oh. And you just have the incredibly sexy reptile brain voice narrating the entire trailer, and then Harry truth sticks at Mario. Oh. You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behoove you to tread lightly. I am speaking very poorly at the moment. Yes, that Phantasmodia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news. Though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure. His companion sighs. Another trip to the reeds. You know what? Here's the thing, Stealth. Like, I want Truth Stick to be his side smash, because I want it to be something that he has the opportunity to use frequently. Oh, fuck, you're right, Luca. Final smash is the tie taking control. That's exactly what it is. What a deft hunter this Phasmid is. Fuck it, I'm gonna work with him. Of course, be sarcastic. I'm not. He misinterprets your words. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture, mine stands, okay? Whatever. Actually, no, his tone changes. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news, too. My gratitude and the gratitude of the Cryptological Society of Revachol, I'm just going to translate that, is yours. Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened? Thank you, it's an honor, he says with a straight face, then turns to you. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but no, that is completely fair. Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window impatiently. Develop an alternative theory? Fuck yes. Oh, fuck yes. 97% chance? You know what, Stealth? I won't be able to stream it, but as soon as I've got my dock set up, we can maybe do something this week. Vegeta didn't respond when I called him Placenta by Coochie. I was very sad. Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy Kuno. It was fucking Kuno? I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts. A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bugs? Oh, you poor fool. A shadow of worry passes over the woman's face. Oh, my dear Morel, you've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects, almost as much as I love to torment old folks. I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if anything comes up. I also have a truth stick. It'll be fine. Delinquents, my favorite. It doesn't sound like it's really his favorite. Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close. The man turns to his companions. Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play Suzerainty, but no more field trips for me. This is a slippery one. He may respect the law, but mostly wants to pass under the radar. You won't get a chance to talk after you walk out of here. Really, Gary? The woman's voice is a little shaky suddenly. We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play Suzerainty, but... Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. He looks at his tea. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run. No need to apologize, Gary. You've been more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of Suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through. The first man to break formation is always a blow to leadership. This is bigger than he lets on. Well, let's speak to the crypto-fascist then.
I really owe you one for getting us out of those reeds, officer. Finally got all that soot out of my hair. Name's Gary. Yellow Man. I mean, officer.
Gary, I'm about to truth stick you for saying that. Stealth, I should be set up by next week. I mean, I've got work, but in the evenings I should be able to. The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. I am... Yellow Man? Might this be the owner of that mug you found in the trash? This is something to ask him about, after a little probing first. Is this the dude that was in that house? That's interesting. Not a lover of the great outdoors?
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Drunks and degenerates. That's my crew. Nobody's perfect. Have you never been tempted to drink?
Oh, I've been tempted, but someone has to stay strong for Rivercall.
See, he says Revicol. That's interesting. Although I hate him so much. Serious question time. This man is no innocent. No one is. Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags? Oh, so that's what the RCM is in Martinez about. Great. He nods in sincere approval. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that. So you do know something about it? No, he shakes his head emphatically, then corrects his tie. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary, but everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it, that's all. Yeah. He's a dickhead. Is this your mug? My mug? Why would you think that? You said Yellow Man. It's not something many people go around saying. Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone. Still seems suspicious. Did I mention the mug was found at the scene of a lynching? Okay, I admit it. I threw the mug away in the trash container behind the hostel. I know I shouldn't have, and I'm very sorry, officer. You're not going to fine me, are you? 250 real. Let's get that rainbow going. I am going to give him a small fine, though. He accepts the slip of copy paper with a bow. Okay, I deserve that, and I won't do it again. You have my word. I don't know what got into me, stuffing my garbage into another man's property. I've been having trouble at work lately. The Kajkos are price dumping us out of competition. I suspect that's going to be another racist epithet. What did you do, Gary? Nothing. Just answering some questions, helping out the law. Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info. How did you get into the trash container? I know a guy who works with trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez. The very existence of that is very interesting. Why would you need to get into everyone's trash? So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff, he says, bowing shamefully like a fallen knight. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Himians run it like a mob. Is this dude just super racist against everyone? I think he might be. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself. Disgraced? The lieutenant raises his eyebrows and looks up. No need for the histrionics, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container. He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer. Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the whirling in rags, into the trash container? Officer, please. He raises both hands. Let me explain. It's not like that. Oh, please explain to me. I am fascinated. I was only cleaning up. I lived right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know. Okay, then what happened? Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the whirling's trash, along with the broken mug, admittedly. He changes his mind mid-sentence. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too. No, I think your first story was true. Yes, Luca, I think that was already established, apart from his boots, which I couldn't get off him. Right. It was just civic duty, the lieutenant remarks drolly. Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty. As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across the hardwood floor. You've heard the sound before, but where? Oh, the clinking of glass beads or ceramic. You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you? Armor? No, he changes his mind. I mean, yes, of course I knew he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it. What's that strange sound? What sound? That clinking I just heard when you moved. I think you know what I'm talking about. I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird stuff out here in the reeds, though. Insects, trash, could be the wind shifting some garbage nearby. Maybe it was pinball. That clinking sound. Really? He fans his arms out slowly, and this time his motions are soundless. There's lots of weird sounds in a bar like this. Pinball, glasses clinking, could be someone playing pinball? I do not trust him at all. He's wearing the armor. He's involved in this somehow. I hope I can help your investigation in my small way. He's visibly relieved it's over. Don't be so relieved yet, Gary. This bad cop may have been in your apartment, admiring your mug collection. Perhaps a little intimidation. You were surprised to see my colleague, Kitsuragi. Not many seal lights here, or anywhere other than seal. I meant no offense, truly. You remember how when we met Measurehead and I said the next racist will be the really good one? Yes. Well, he gestures towards Gary as though we were presenting work of art. This is that racist. Are you, Gary? Are you a racist? Hey, man, he blushes. All I meant was there are not many seal lights around here. I'm just stating a fact. The lieutenant is a native of Revachol. Oh, yes, of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. He flashes an impenetrable smile. Let's change the subject, okay? So, Gary, you live nearby, in an apartment in Martinez. Sure do, officer. His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going. Yeah, honestly, that's the worst thing about this game, is the uncomfortable stuff feels very real. The racists feel like actual racists. The gang murderers who feel like the good guys, it all feels very real. And you're a big Man from Helmdall fan? The color drained from his face. How? Yeah, I saw that ridiculous poster in your apartment, along with all your other colonialist memorabilia. Hey, user! How are you? But why were you in my apartment, officer? Mr. Everard Clare asked me to get your door open. Figured I'd take a look around while I was at it. So you work for Everard Clare. He realizes what's going on and changes his tone. Officer, please tell him we're good. No. Tell him I'll make it up to him. Oh, interesting. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me. The man looks around, whispering. He makes sure no one hears you talk. I'm doing okay, user. Ooh. I can be honest and say I don't know what it's about. I can say he doesn't like you. Try not to shit yourself, Gary. It's just an open door. But I'm leaning towards nod grimly. Our discussion on this topic is over. Of course. He looks around nervously. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can. This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear. Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together. The weather vane has turned, the lieutenant remarks with a smirk. He cannot be unturned. He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door opening operation. So I heard the clinking sound. I scared him with the apartment. I want to wear the armor, and I'm thinking about the armor. It's a 58% chance on composure. So I'm just going to see if I can wear any clothes to improve my composure. I know I've got at least 1 point available. I've got 2 skill points available. So I'm actually going to improve my composure as well. Wait. I'm going to improve my composure. And then I'm going to see if any of my clothes improve my composure. Or make it worse, which is also a possibility. Plus I have my truth stick. Nothing here is reducing my composure, but can anything here improve it? Conceptualization. Doesn't look like it. Oh, this will be very sad if I kind of... +1 composure for my boots. Nice. Well, not my boots, my shoes. Okay. So I've got +2 composure over what I had before.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion. I mean, officers.
83% chance. That is not a guarantee, but that is definitely a roll worth taking. Nah, I don't like to save scum, Summer. It's a white check. I can redo it. Oh my god. Is he? He's looking comfortable enough. Maybe it was just beads? Sounded like beads. What kind of beads might a man like Gary be hiding beneath his clothes? Gary, are you cross-dressing by any chance? Are those prayer beads I keep hearing? Are you currently sporting some anal beads? The lieutenant leans in confidentially. You wouldn't be able to hear if he were wearing anal beads. Please excuse my colleague's humor. Working this murder case is taking a toll on us both. You don't quite have to answer that. Yet. It's a white check. You know what? Fuck it.
Always a pleasure to... I mean, officers.
92% chance. Arrow, you may not even be here, but your curse is strong. Hey! That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together. As if something is ready to rip out from underneath. Something worn underneath? Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other. resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives. I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear. He freezes, then sighs heavily. I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. He unbuttons the shirt. You see gleaming white ceramic shine underneath. A thin layer of interlocking plates covers his gaunt torso. I was ashamed of what I did, and I didn't want you to know. This shame is surprisingly sincere. Yeah, you make a fair point, Summer. But it worked out. Gary, what's going on? I took the hangman's cuirass. I didn't mean to. No, you didn't mean to get caught. God damn it, Gary. I know. Shame on you. Give the cuirass to the officer at once. The woman looks at you, her eyes soft and pleading. Gary didn't mean to interfere with your investigation, officers. He's just thick-headed and poor as dirt. But he's always helped us, given us a place to stay, and he's followed Morel into God knows what jungles. Yeah, I know, Summer, but I'm sure those composure points will help me at some point. He's a loyal friend. Why did you really put those clothes in the trash? Yeah, I didn't mean to do an action I did, sober, clear of mind, and stuck with. Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. He looks at his feet. So I went there to take out my trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground. Him swinging up there, and he swallows. I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left, so I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys troubles, I wouldn't have. His lips start quivering. Fuck. It's okay. The lieutenant jotted something down in his notebook. It was a loose end, and you're tying it up now. I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man, he says silently. Sealite officer commanded the suzerain navy. Most of them sided with the king when he shakes his head. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotion. Juice! I'm actually going to just step away for a couple of seconds. I've got to adjust my heat, because even though it's winter, with the sun shining into my room, it is turning out to be very warm. So give me a second. And I'm back. Give me that armor now. He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. The cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it's in your hands, smelling of his sweat. Oh no, I agree with you, Luca. He's a dickbag. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton. Why did you lie to me, Gary? Because I was weak, he says, staring at nothing in particular. I should have told you the moment I saw you, but... He's a scaredy cat. The woman looks at Gary, her eyes motherly. Do you know who killed the hanged man? I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore. Oh, so that's why Claire wanted him scared. Because he's been telling the truth that the Union boys did it. Are we done here, Gary? Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. He looks around, relieved of some burden, his mouth still quivering. I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word. Okay. That is what they call progress in the industry. So my current shirt is +1 logic. +1 pain threshold, +1 volition, -1 empathy. I can just wear, like, the full armor set. I'm not going to. Yeah. My hat. It is so rad. Oh, just a weird spelling of Amori. I actually want to put these boots on again, though. Especially now that my composure is pretty tough. Pretty good. But I'm gonna go back to the logic shirt until I potentially need the armor. Okay. Progress made. Now I have to report about the dead man. Which, obviously I'm going to report to the station, but I feel like it's important to tell the widow first, actually. Oh, she is no longer here. Okay, she'll be here tomorrow. I mean, probably. Fuck, Juice, I want to. I want to truth stick him. Pick up the radio again. This is Precinct 57. The operator greets you through the static. How may I assist you? Connect me to Jamrock Public Library. I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Oh. Dang it, I just missed it. I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk. One moment, you can hear her shuffling through some papers. Can you please describe the body, age, sex, cause of death? An unidentified middle-aged man. Height 170 to 175. Dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through the hole in the boardwalk, and hit his head against the metal bench. We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles around him and traces of vomit on his shirt. Any signs of violence? No, seems like it was an accident. No field autopsy necessary, she repeats. What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets. Any information on the library card? It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. Belongs to someone named Billy Machine. Good, you have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else? We're taking the case. I've assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you? No, I'm done. Well. That still sucks, though. I'm sad that the dude died. Don't think you have much interest in playing this game. But if you ever do, yeah, jack up your strength stats solely to punch racist. It's worth doing. So something I am curious about, actually. I want to check out the map. Because I'm trying to figure out where the... I wish the map was labeled. Where the mailbox is. They said in the plaza? Is the plaza where the tree is? I'm very confused. I'm just looking for a mailbox. If anybody sees anything mailbox looking, please let me know. Wait, are you a mailbox? You're a mailbox! The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito and bullet holes in the front. I knew we'd get to use this mailbox for something. Yes, for sending mail. Drop the white envelope into the mailbox. You drop the white envelope in the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on what sounds like a couple of letters. You did the right thing. You can't trust that slug Everard. You know he's going to play you somehow. Alright, let's go back to Everard. If you don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late. Ah, Kim. You're too good for this world. Also, let me recycle some plastic bottles. I don't need money for the hotel anymore, but at least I need money for other things. Seriously, last week finding that free apartment was so good. Well, apartments is a bit strong. Shack. The yellow roses in the window. Those aren't the flowers that were left for Classia. Okay, so whatever flowers there were weren't bought here. That's genuinely interesting. Bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. And it also means I no longer need to hold this. Not that I've seen Luca, but that's actually a good guess. I like the little clues they give you, even when you don't interact with something. Just, curious thing about those flowers. I love this music. So rad. I mean, music's actually a bit strong, because it's kind of just atmospheric sounds, but it works very well. And I think, yeah, ambience, that's the word, thank you. And I think this is the music that's been playing for weeks to try to drive people out of their homes. I think it's that music. Wait a second. I don't think that radio was there before. And we know that they use radio for the... We know that they use radio to coordinate the drug trade. Now maybe the radio was there before and I just didn't notice it, and that's fine. But it's curious. No, I can't interact with that at all. I'm honestly kind of surprised. I'm really appreciating this in my chat. Oh, ampersand is a good one. Fucking ambivalence? Oh, Stitch bringing out the big guns. Oh, Ambipom is not great, though. He's just not. Where did Ambipom get placed? Because I might end up disagreeing with Say.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes.
Bruh, I'm gonna truth stick you right in your fucking jaw.
Now, what can Everard Clare do for you today?
It's done. I mailed the signatures you asked for. The golden boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. He claps his hands together like a child who's been offered cotton candy. Of course, I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great thing today. You've given the children of Martinez a future and proven to be a true man of the left. I can finally trust you now. You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. He nods to the lieutenant, smiling broadly. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table. Stealth what? Oh no, Stealth's doing a thing. Judging from how happy he is, it looks like you did it. He doesn't appear to suspect trickery. You don't know his full plan. Perhaps he expected trickery. Perhaps the signatures weren't important. The point is, do not think you're ahead of him. That's pretty fair. Can I get my gun? Harry, I've got to be honest with you. He turned sullen. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done. Fine. Where is it? An old woman has it. And let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character, so watch out. This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy, the one he described as terrifying. How... He said old specifically, but I don't know how trustworthy that is. There aren't that many old women I've met. That's curious. So the gun's still with the woman who bought it from Roy. Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. He smiles and shakes his head in wonderment. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that. Wild, anyway. Bed, wed, behead. Ambipom, shiny Ambipom, and hypothetical mega Ambipom. You know what, Gold? I'll allow it. No, you know what? I'll let my imagination do the work. I just want to quickly check, because I don't actually know what shiny Ambipom looks like. I just don't like the way Ambipom looks. It's as simple as that. Although I'll admit Ambipom is better than Apom. I will... I will marry shiny Ambipom because it's honestly the colors are very nice. I will kill normal Ambipom because whatever the situation is, I want to be fucking railroaded by Mega Ambipom. I hope those answers satisfy you. Union boys are going to help you fix it. He winks at you. Don't worry, Harry. The neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me in the Debardiers Union. Apparently she was waving it around at the entrance to her building. Building is important because that means like it's not the old lady at the shack. I wonder if it's the cleaning lady. I'm sorry, Stealth. Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does. Who is this old woman? Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're going to have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs. That's interesting. There it is again. The Pigs, like Roy said. Not good at all. I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calling themselves a pig. A smile flickers in the corner of his mouth. It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction. Can you set up a meeting? I already have. He holds out his index finger. Tonight, starting 10 p.m., near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, he claps his hands. Back to the fun stuff. She will be there from 10 until 2. More fun stuff. He looks at you. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do. Did you order the hanged man killed? I did not, Harry. He shakes his head energetically. Although I am very, very glad he's dead. What do you gain? Why, a war, of course. And what do you have to gain from a war? Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war. They're trained military people. Aren't you afraid for your men? Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men or 15 men or even 50 men. No stealth! No. But I love you. Oh no, this guy's got bad everything, including teeth, Tom. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste. How's this connected to the strike? Harry, there is no strike, only war. Class war. Or in business terms, a dawn raid. Or, wait, he pauses to rub his chin. Is that when you still pay them to do something? Because we won't do that. We're not going to give we're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, the big crane, even the damn coffee maker. We're going to take all of it for the people and fuck Wild Pines. Larvitar is great. Honestly, that whole line I think is solid. That's why you haven't let wrong voice. That's why you haven't let Joyce in? Yes, it's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She has no chance. Why are you telling me your plans? Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start. Oh my god, Tummysaurus is the best name. How many of you guys are there in the Union? 2,372, he replies like a whip. Plus yours truly, of course. 2,373 is a sizable contingent for a labor organization in Revachol. And they're all well motivated, at least the ones you've seen. How are you going to fund your new independent harbor? Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients who'll ditch us? Harry, we've thought of everything. You know, Tom, I'm not sure that's true, but I'll accept it. Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate over a... Wait, that's my logic speaking. Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate over a local mobster any day. You can't possibly hope to continue like you have. Clients will leave en masse. I mean, fair, Tom. Sure, some will go, but mark my words, the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be whipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. we'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams. That's drugs. Drug trafficking. Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samaran Isla. You don't need to be colonialist about it. All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities. God, that sounds shady. The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad. He makes air quotes. Has bad optics. May be illegal in some countries. The Debardiers... Fuck, this word is... I'm trying to do this word in this accent, and I'm just tripping over myself. Debardiers Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're going to transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. He slams his fist on the desk once more. So your sick kid can get his Benefed, and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off Risperazole. I mean, that's basically where I was going, Stitch. And the kids on the street can get speed and Pyrrolidone. I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned. He smiles. I believe that's Piglet or blah 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 blah. I don't know which one you mean, Luca. That aimed at me, Stealth, because Nidoking is like top tier design. He smiles. But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share, and I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez. Interesting stuff. I just want to solve this murder, okay? But yeah, I have to admit, that's a well put together plan, and far removed from you. He smiled slyly. It's also far removed from my men and the people of Martinez who've put their trust in me. Gold, there's so many good Gen 1 Pokemon. Not all, but several. Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is but a small part of Martinez. So is there a trade or isn't there? Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music, young mothers who want to start businesses, models who want to walk catwalks, and steel welders who want to weld steel. I'm going to unite them all into one economic body. We're going to incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's going to be in on the wealth, and everyone's going to pull their weight. Well, I mean, if it has the word incorporate in it, then I like it. I'm a money guy. That's very ambitious. I love what you're doing for the working man. Oh, no, I don't. Not feeling a whole lot of Revachol here. Not enough flags or kings. I hate all of these? I hate all of these. Bulbasaur is best, lad. Harry, the length you're willing to go to keep your nose clean is remarkable. He stares at you lovingly. You will always have a warm bed in Mr. Clare's household, my friend, and a special place in the future of Martinez. Can I ask you about specific Union members? We are way past specific Union members now. This is the big time. His eyes are shining. We're talking about the future of Revachol here, Harry. You can bother Leonard with that. He points to the door. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big time mode, Harry. There is something different about him now. He's more vibrant, more alive in his big time mode. See? See, Summer? It was worth putting those points into composure. I needed them. Sandshrew and Sandslash are such good designs, but unfortunately they're not great Pokemon. Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debardiers Union. Suddenly there's sadness in his tone. This, he points to you then himself, has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together. But if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open. Few more questions about the harbor? Nope. Nothing else there. Okay. I mean, I'm going to have to at some point, I think. Who suggested the tier list? Stitch. I'm going to have to at some point. Not a fishing rod, is it? But I can't interact with it, so it doesn't matter. Yes, as I said, unfortunately, I'm going to have to do a tier list at some point. Okay, let's say, like, Sandslash may have been improved, but, like, Gen 1 Sandslash, just didn't have a lot going for it. Do you have anything new to say, buddy?
Oh, hey, mister. I need to be back to talk with old Leah here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And a lot of folks really did keep coming back.
Leo, you seem to know everyone around here. I want to ask you about something. Mr. Everett doesn't really want me to talk to people about Union, guys. He thinks for a moment. But who did you want to talk about? Now, tell me about this Edgar guy you keep mentioning. Mr. Edgar is Mr. Everett's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does, but a very smart fellow. Very smart indeed. He's away on Union business now. Not even in Revachol, they say. Don't interrupt, Leo. All kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on a vacation. Right now it's Mr. Everett's turn to look after the Union, but last year he spent a whole winter in South Saffron. He chuckles. Left with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the trees were green again. Yeah, because then he gets to run for the next election, and it's basically a scam where the two are always in charge. Oh, completely agree, Gold. Completely agree. Tell me about Titus. Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. The little man rubs a patch on his elbow. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice friendly sort Titus is. I don't think this is useful, to be honest. Manana? He's a Union man through and through. Good guy. He falls silent, hesitating. He's very calm, laid back. Doesn't do much. Talks to Everard sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes people feel a little better. Oil for the wheels, much needed in stressful times like these. Measurehead? Oh, he's really something. The little man starts laughing. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. He suddenly falls quiet. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some Union men. Yeah, I think he really believed Jean-Luc was a dragon, because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that. That's precisely what he is, Everard's dragon. Tell me about Everard. I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everard would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister. If anything, the ever-present smile on Leo's face gets even warmer. Tell me about Renee. The night guard? Oh, he's a peculiar fellow. Leo looks at the guard booth on the wall. He's the strong silent type, you could say. We talk all the time, but I don't really know much about it. He plays petanque with my old human studies teacher, Mr. Martin, down in the plaza. I think he's the only fellow who actually knows old Renee. They lived on the same street their entire lives, even dated the same girl on and off as long as I can remember. Oh, that's a point I didn't know. Yeah. Strange fellows, but Mr. Martin was always real nice to me in school. I remember once... Hold up, Gaston was your human studies teacher? Mr. Martin, yes, Leo nods. I don't really remember much about him. I was just a boy back then. Well, that is curious. Yeah, I am aware that a lot of Pokemon are very different in the competitive versus casual side of it. Rhetoric impossible. Persuade the door to open. I mean, I have to hope for that double 6, right? I'm pretty sure this is impossible to work, but I have to try it. Nope. Why are you even trying to open the door with rhetoric? Because getting physical wasn't an option. Because that wasn't an option? The lieutenant looked... because what wasn't an option? The lieutenant looked startled. Using my body over my wits. Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that afterwards. Kim, I love you, but I need to get through this door. You know, while we're here, I am going to do something potentially difficult, which is I am going to listen to the Door Gunner Mega Mix. So Titus claims, yeah, this holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications, and this apparently involves some pretty rough stuff. So, as someone who's never heard it, I'm still going to give a potential content warning, potential mentions of rape or sexual violence, and other forms of violence. So, yeah, just be aware. The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel is attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. Play the tape. Oh, good. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air. I'm gonna turn the volume down, just so that doesn't happen again. I apologize. I had no way of knowing that would happen. This isn't Revachol, a man's voice says. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants. Another loud screech, some kind of machinery. The harbor. The lieutenant takes out his notebook. That's the sound of a Kvelsund crane. He's right. More static. When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens, too. So, we spoke to Claire. We know where our gun is, or at least who has it. Now we're listening to the tape. It is not great. In chat, yes, there was Pokemon tier list discourse. Also, we got the armor from the crypto fascist. Gonna rent a room, Cordy, a real nice one. This part is unintelligible. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dancer whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Oh, this is very much unpleasant. Okay, so yeah, so since the armor, we've basically just spoken to Claire for a while, and now we're listening to the tape. Never did get that taste out of my mouth. A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty. But threatening to something is not threatening something is not the same thing as doing something. And she says that everything between them was consensual. The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrêter on your reporter reel. The tape stops spinning. What was that at the very end? Silence. End of recording. What do you think? Seems authentic enough. Probably recorded off their shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounds like he was on patrol around the harbor wall. But he did say he's going to do it. You can't edit words into someone's mouth. Indeed, but the lieutenant looks at the tape. You're familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion. There's more going on than we know. Who's this Corty? Corty could be short for Courtenaire, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work? What's Cohoy? The village in the Samarin Isla in South Safra. Grad committed war crimes there. The kind of thing he talks about. You think he was there? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe the tattoos have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service. He also sounded inebriated. Still, the lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now, his look of suspicion. Okay, so none of that didn't really fill me in much. He's just not sure what's going on. What now? I think we've got a few more questions for Glacia, don't you? He looks around. This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree. And then, I want to listen to the sad song so that I can sing this for karaoke. Press your ear against the speaker. It sounds like someone's moving in the room, getting comfortable. Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune, echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Saint-Saëns, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds, you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trashed your room to. This one tells it like it is. This is your tune. A click, then silence for a bit, then the tape stops singing. Could I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this. Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this, and you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like a million times. Yep, they're all here, all 3 verses. And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands in your way. Which is? Garte. You have to convince Garte to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand. But Garte hates me less now because of the bird. The lieutenant watches you pack up the boombox. He doesn't say anything. Okay, cool. Wait, did I ever look at these lights? No. Nothing important. Question class, yeah. That's what I wanted to do. And I also wanted to... Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. But now... Wait. Stairs? Work with me? There we go. I'm mostly doing this with keyboard controls, just because it's easier than clicking everywhere. But occasionally, those do not do the job. I wonder if Glacia is still awake and available. Because if she is, that would really be the perfect opportunity to now ask her before going downstairs and asking about karaoke. Said karaoke's better in the evening, so maybe like 8 p.m. when there's more people there. Get them all to cry. Maybe break some hearts. I don't know if that'll be useful, but it's on my task list, and goddammit, I worked hard to get to this point. Make them all cry. Okay, and I also have to talk to Kuno about the traps, but look, highest priority has to be speaking to Klasia because she is an actual lead in the murder investigation. You know, the thing that is actually my job. Which I haven't been paying much attention to, but every now and then I should. Given that the lights are on, I would suspect this is kind of when you can start doing karaoke. But let's make the murder investigation a priority, at least for a while. Okay, door's still open, that's good. And is she still up here? Okay, that's an interesting little tip there. Most people are asleep by 9, and everybody is asleep by 2. So it's a good way to give you an idea of kind of when certain things will be available and won't be. I mean, I kind of feel like we're doing that stuff.
What a nice evening it is. For taking part in a murder investigation.
What did I need for this? Volition. Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape. She puts her coffee cup down. With a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. This does not surprise her. Did he? A smile flits across her face. I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me. But he talked about... Like, he talked specifically about the disco dancer, which you are. So, like, that's not just talking about rape in general. That's talking about raping you, which... on this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target. Okay, cool. So, I was just talking through the same thing without even meaning to. Where did they get this recording exactly? It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded by a decryption station. It's authentic enough. She arches her brow. Does he say he's going to do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style? Those were the exact words he used. Yeah, that was practically his pickup line. She picks the cup back up. A memory surfaces in her tired neocortex. It's not entirely unpleasant. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? Kohei was mentioned. He wasn't actually there. He didn't do it to her, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have done overkill anyway. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It was in his everything. Why say things like that? Machismo? Yes, was he bragging? Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things, then integrated them into his idea of normalcy, to keep on living, until they just sort of turned into his, she thinks, what's the word I'm looking for? She's quite observant about human character, trained to observe even. Coping mechanism? Running joke. I was going to say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lily's punchlines go way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yisid, all rolled into one person, then cast in RNG ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower. That just seems unsanitary. You like this kind of stuff? We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here. Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? Kieran Martinez, I mean. No, we were too busy laying waste our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed, she thinks, he seemed happy, I guess, at ease, as much as a man like him could be. There is a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the rage in such a being. What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it. Thank you for clearing that up, miss. He turns to you. Whenever you're ready, I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now. Now that you've had time, can you tell us more about the victim? Like, for example, his name? Actually, officer, I don't know his name. I just called him Lely. A nickname? I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use. Lelystad. It's a good start. The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook. Then tears out a page and hands it to you. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer. The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. Interesting. There are a couple of those, because they also mention Vredefort, which is in South Africa. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh. Why did they say a puzzle of flesh? Is that an actual reference? Like, I hope not. Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean. In Oranje, officer. It's I think municipality is the term? A nowhere town there. You were almost right, officer. The lieutenant shakes his head, like you just missed a shot in darts. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form. You were both from Oranje? Yes, we were compatriots. Did that bring you together? No, he was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjewijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits. Yeah, that's why I kind of picked it up. Sex and alcohol. Speed, probably also sildenafil. How old was he, miss? He was 42. 42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50. He had many scars that made him appear older. But no, the memory makes her smile. We even celebrated his birthday, like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me. It was probably an intentional reference, but one that probably missed a lot of people. We were slightly off then. Thanks for clearing that up. The lieutenant makes a correction in his notes. The adversary won. What the fuck does that mean, physical instrument? What does that mean? His eye color? Blue, light blue. They were like, she stops, her eyes half closed, then continues. Like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. She takes a drag. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something watching him speak. Oh! That's really interesting, Luca. He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth? Yes, severe. She seems to enjoy the word. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes. Oh yes, the lieutenant suddenly remembers. His hair, if you can remember. It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. Couldn't convince him to leave it alone. He had a tattoo. What did it mean? Oh, she smiles. That. It's clear she liked it. You liked it? Quite a lot, yes. It was a map of his service history? Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. For showing off to chicks? How so? How? She leans back. Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason. He's smoking and drinking, of course, and his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, she points at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star. What was this, baby? And he says, she lowers her voice comically, that was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that. So she goes, okay, but what's this, baby? And he's like, saw some bad shit there. Killed some loincloths. And so it goes, star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country, and he's done horrible things in every single one of them. You were the woman in this? Oh yeah, she nods. Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Hand her the photo. No, thank you. She does not take it. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them. She pours herself some coffee. Go on. He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Aranya needed some people killed. So they turned him into a grotesque killer for money. He went to Killer Academy in Fort. Then he killed some people in the Semenine Islands, and on other islands too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself. Thank you for clearing that up. She looks over her shoulder to the sea, then back at you, smiling faintly. Change of topic, perhaps? I think we're finished with this line of questioning. All right. The lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment. Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself some coffee. That's where I'll leave her for now. Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42? That's what she said. Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality, he was 42 years old. Where's this going? How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them. Kim, how old do you think I am? Huh? The lieutenant isn't quite sure he heard you. How old do I look? How old? 58. But doesn't my badge tell me? What if you're wrong? We were both wrong about the deceased. He turned out to be 40. 42, and he was deceased. He had been decomposing for a week. I feel like I've been decomposing for longer than that. On the bright side, you've been getting a lot of exercise lately. You're right. I'm probably 62. Let's leave it at that. I didn't say 62. I said 58. Wait, this requires scientific measurements. Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth. Oh? To the laboratorium. I'm sorry, what? Date of birth generator? Your face looks like it's 58 and your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for another day or, for 1 day or 100. Both longer than they ought to be, the day and the century. But for how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? What? But... Okay. But why? But why? God, I've got so many of these little things. Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. This is still the funniest thing ever. This one will take a long time to research. But I have a badge now. Oh, it's got a date of issue, but not a date of birth. Is it worth spending a point on this, is the question. If I get another skill point, I'll You know what? This is no negative bonus. You know what? I'm gonna do this because I think it's interesting. Not because I think it's necessarily good, but because I think it's interesting. I am by no means playing this game optimally, but let me have fun. Can't do that yet. I've got no points left here. That's fine. Okay. I think perhaps it is time. Perhaps it is time to make people cry. I mean, assuming that my singing isn't so terrible that it just makes them, like, want to kill me. Wait. I don't need to worry about that one. I'm trying to get to the stairs. There's the stairs. It is time, Tom, karaoke. Whoops. She's made around 4 months of payments for this room. How can you tell that? Okay. We're gonna do it. This was, I think, the second task I got in the game. The first one was get cigarettes. And I've done that. I smoked a cigarette. I got some points for it. It's time for karaoke. I mean, assuming Garte lets me.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Oh, he's much friendlier now. Garte, I need to sing karaoke now. No, you don't. It's not happening. He tries to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man. Yeah, but Johnny Law is about to tear it up sad style. Why do you even have the PA system if no one's going to use it? Part of my quest of self-discovery, help me. This is my way of apologizing for the trouble I've caused. Please, let me say I'm sorry. By causing more trouble, I think we're good. Why do you even have the PA system if no one's going to use it? It's for the... He begins confidently, but then stumbles on his own words. It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44. What happened in 44? A lot of people got killed because some asshole wanted to sing karaoke. Okay. What? Okay, but what? It's not a prop. It's for your clients. I know it's used. Okay, yes, it's for some clients, he admits reluctantly. I'm a real client. I've paid my bills, and I have the right to use the karaoke machine. Ha! Well, he comes up with the counter-argument. We don't have any tapes. They all got stolen. It's alright. I have my own song with me. The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown hard. This is the look of a man who's defeated. He knows he's out of excuses. Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. He shakes the tape at you. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine. Oh yeah, time to do the damage. You know what? I suspect that for this, I'm going to want to be just a little more dramatic. Let's get my bow tie. Anything else here build my drama up? Because I figure I'm going to want to be dramatic as fuck up there. Oh, yeah. It's gone forever. Ooh, more drama. Look at me. Gaze upon me, world. I don't even know if drama is the right thing here. It just fits. This is a better one. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, look at me. Look at me. With the mesh tank top, the bow tie, and the silk gown. I am ready to rock the night. Wait, there was... The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your gown. Oh, I look amazing. And the fact that the gown is hanging off one shoulder. So are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel. Look, Kim! I'm gonna sing karaoke! I can see that. The lieutenant steps away from the stage, ready for your performance. Put your lips against the microphone. Test it. Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? Hands. Where do you put your hands? Perhaps literally. Look around the room first. Bar is full and buzzing with chatter. No one is paying you any attention, but still you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse. Oh, did I just fuck this up by looking around the room? Ah, I made it worse? I thought that would make it better. Well. Look. Look. Chat, I'm gonna need you to believe in me. I'm gonna need you, your strength, to make this happen. But also, if it doesn't happen, I'm proud to have failed in front of you. Also, that's fair, Luca. Here goes. The air is thick with anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. A lump's in your throat already.
I would often go there to the tiny church there.
Oh.
The smallest church in Sansan. Now it once was larger.
Oh, this is amazing.
How the real may rest there. Down through the mist there. Towards the Seven Sisters.
This is perfect.
Towards those pale cliffs there.
Wow.
I would often stay there.
You know what?
In the tiny yard there.
The fact that I put on all my best gear helps so
I
much.
have been so glad here.
Look at him with his mesh vest and gown and bow tie.
Looking forward to the past here. But now
I can only assume so, Gold.
you're all alone.
They're singing the whole fucking thing.
None of this matters. And all.
Limbic system. I would often go there, to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Saint-Saëns, though it once was larger. I'm just reading the lyrics because I think they're actually quite nice. How the rill may rest there, down through the mist there. toward the Seven Sisters, onward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in the tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now you are alone. None of this matters at all. Do you hear that? That's the most pathetic applause in the world, Harry. Made of pity. No one liked you. Fuck you. I gave it my best. I gave it everything and you shit on me? Someone walks out of the room by the front door. Some woman. Is it because of you? You don't know what good singing is. This is real singing. I sang about real stuff. I sang about how I feel. Fuck all you scum. That's it, I'm unplugging you. He presses stop on the tape carousel. You hear a little whine of feedback and then the mic dies in your hand. That's it. You're unpowered. Let's go, officer. The lieutenant closes his notes. These people wouldn't know a good performance if it bit them in the ass. Oh, God. Kim, I adore you. Oh. Oh, Kim, why are you just so perfect? You liked it? Detective Dubois, he bows lightly. It was downright tragic. Now let's go. I mean it, he thinks. To him, being a cop in the RCM was truly expressed in that performance. Kim, you're the best. Okay. Now let me take off my ass-kicking gear. And put on my actually vaguely good clothes. Oh yeah, it was perfect. The fact that we messed up, it was so much better. Anyway, Titus, some guy was just singing. I don't know who that was, but I've got some questions for them. So I talked to Claudia about the tape. And nothing. She stands by what she said. That fucking fucker. He stares at his beer for 2 seconds, intently, then turns to you. You're the worst cops in Revachon. I gave you gold on that tape. Okay, the use of the phrase, it was just locker room talk, that has to be a reference, right? It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change her mind. Although, frankly, she pretty much laughed it off. Fucking fuckity fucker, he shakes his head in disbelief. And what did she say then? That it's fine? People are supposed to be like that? Josh, feel free to drop that in the Discord. People deserve to know what the bad side looks like. Or frankly, share it here. I don't think you need a permit in my chat. I think it made her a little nostalgic. Yes, in fact, the lieutenant looks at you, then him. I think she thought it was a little funny. Funny? Titus mumbles, his lips barely moving. No good goddamn psycho whore. Seems like they wanted to give Claudia a second chance to play along. She still didn't. Alright, he slams his giant fist into the doorframe. Oh, fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking... Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus. Her voice is a bit softer than earlier. Titus rubs his chin with his palm, as if trying to grind it smooth. This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman? Women are crazy, irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump. I think you had a lie planned, but she didn't play along. Yeah, I do think that's the most likely. I'm not going to listen to Physical Instrument. It's good for kicking racists in the throat, but overall, not my thing. I think you had a live plan. I think you had a live plan, but she didn't play along. I asked for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grandma. This tape was the last chance for her to do what was planned. But she didn't. She knows she can't lie to us, unlike you. Fantastic. So now you remember how to do your job. He despondently glances at his beer. I'm so sick of this piss. We should get something harder in here. Yeah, guys, we should get a party going tonight. Why? He looks at the old man in the corner. Maybe not then. Success. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? I already told you. He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. We fucking hanged him. There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent. Come on, Titus. The stakes are too high here. There will be blood on the streets. The tribunal, remember? He closes his notebook. I know you're tired. Why don't you just... You know what? He gets closer. I am tired. I'm tired of you, them, and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said fuck off. He throws his beer can down. This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits. That lying, scamming, we're done. This is over, you understand? Your little investigation is over. Yeah, there's a silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then thinks best not to. What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. He looks around. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union. Why don't we make it 40, huh? The man shouts from behind the counter. Why don't we make it 100? You're not loud enough. 100 beers. Now we're talking. Glenn livens up. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager. The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be. Convince Titus he's being manipulated. So I've got a lot of pluses there, but I've still only got a 28% shot. But it's a white check, so I can risk trying it. Chat, give me all your good vibes. And based on the number of viewers I've got, I suspect I'm being hosted by Barry. Barry, chat, give me your vibes as well. I can't see them, but I can feel them. It is time for the vibe check. Nope. Vibe check failed. Claudia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good. Oh no. Kim, I'm gonna need your gun again. No, let's not do that. I know what's going on here. I've been wrong too. I got this fucking dark shadow over my heart. What the hell are you talking about? As I awakened into this world, something came with me. An ancient sadness. Oh, that shadow. A man your age, the hangover must be lethal. He measures you up. I never thought I'd say this, but maybe you should cut back on the drink? Yes. Stitch, you're the reason my chances were as good as they were. That is a lie. You should cut forward on the drink. Shut up. That's enough for the shadow now, officer. Let's do procedural questions, or even, he nods towards the exit. Why not take a little breather? Ooh. I want to talk about the hanging again. Again, just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan. Actually, no, I don't have any more questions about that. Okay. I think I'm about done in here. I feel like there was a reason I wanted to go outside. I wanted to talk to Kuno, but I don't think Kuno will still be awake. Well, he'll be awake, but he won't be out. So let's take a look at my various tasks. Explore the whirling secret passages. No idea how to do that yet. Dead body on the boardwalk. I'll call the public library tomorrow. Confront the pigs and get your gun back. Can't do that until later. Convince the Hardy Boys to tell you the whole story. That's going to be rough. Ask Kuno about the empty track. Then take a look around the yard. I can at least do that, possibly. There might be clues in the yard. Oh! Kuno's still here? Child, do you not have a home to go to?
Kuno's like Kuno's dad! Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything!
You wouldn't happen to know anything about any missing locusts? No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs. Oh my god, the little one seems distraught. I told you that shit is lame. You're not wrong, Summer. Shut up, see? Now they're gonna take you to lame prison. She sounds like she's about to cry out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness. What's this about? Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up. Kuno's not going to say anything without his lawyer present. There's definitely something going on here. Maybe he's got them stacked somewhere nearby in some hidden place. There's a suspicious shack in the eastern corner of the yard. This is an empathy one. Yeah. I've got a point I could potentially put into empathy. Maybe I could make Kuno less of a dick. No, Luca, you're right. I don't know. What's my empathy score? I've only got 1 point. Yeah, empathy is useful in a couple of places. So it's listed as locked because... whatever. Let's try it again.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad! Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything!
You know what? Actually, before I do that, do any of my clothes give me empathy? It seems unlikely, but I'm going to take every advantage I can get. My glasses gave me -1 drama for before. I'm kind of happy about that. Do any of these give me empathy? Empathy doesn't seem like a thing clothes would give you. Right? It seems unlikely. +1 empathy. For those rad glasses. That's -1 empathy. Is the opposite of what I want. Cool.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad! Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything!
So, 72% chance. That's a pretty good shot. Not guaranteed by any means, but a pretty good shot. Fuck! Dang it. Arrow isn't here, and yet the spirit of Arrow lives on. So there was the shed, I think. Is this not the shed? Well, if my 72 doesn't work, maybe my 58 will. Fuck it. No, I'm doing so badly. All of my rolls are just shitty this evening. Where was the shed they were talking about? They said there's a shed? The game really does hate me at the moment. Which, I mean, I get it. Where is this shed they're talking about? Is it this? It is. This is the shed I have to get into. I clicked on a thing and now he's running around. I'm not controlling this. I'm letting the AI figure things out. Has there been like a back entrance that I haven't noticed all this time? No, the AI is just trying and failing. That's fine. It happens. Yeah, the RNG is just not on my side this evening. Which is unfortunate because... I mean, it's unfortunate for every reason, because I want shit to go right. You know, I think it might be time to have a debriefing with Kim.
Yes?
Is this not the right place to do a debriefing? Apparently not. But, okay. I don't want Kim to come with me to confront the lady who bought my gun. No, that's not true. I definitely want Kim to come with me. I'll feel safer with Kim there. One thing I did want to do is speak to this guy who was apparently a teacher.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I aid the citizens, militia, on this fine day?
You mentioned Jean-Marie Beaulieu. Who is that? Oh, sweet genie. He gets a dreamy look in his eyes. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol, maybe the entire world. Do not defile her memory, Gaston. There's an almost imperceptibly small tremble in his voice. Let her rest in peace. His tone lacks its usual intensity, like he doesn't feel he has the right to speak on the matter. So you both know her? We knew her, all right. His friendly face lights up. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. The 3 of us have been best friends since we were 4. She was Renee's first girl, back when the prick was 16. He looks at the carabinier almost gently. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy. And then you stole her from me. He jerks forward, but then grabs his chest and stops. Do not intervene. Well, technically you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress. We were just boys then. This was different. You, the tall veteran, looks at you and nods. No point starting this all over again for the 1001st time. Especially when we have company. He turns to you. Officer? What happened to her? She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage. Peaceful. He smiles faintly. Renee and I were both by her bedside when he pauses, searching for the right word. Died. He sharply fills the silence and adds, no use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back, will it now? 2 cans? Thank you. Thank you for making the joke I was too ashamed to make. Your pun has earned you a very special place. I don't know if it's a place that matters to you. But wait. Wait. Okay. I'll try later. For some reason, I can't VIP you at the moment. I'm assuming that's a Twitch thing. But you deserve to become a VIP for that. Until the very end, she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met. A quick grimace of pain passes over Renee's features, but he immediately regains control, his face now a dispassionate mask. Why do you think she was indecisive? She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry. The look in his eye is distant and happy. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married. It's a bit odd. Heck, he says with a chuckle. Technically, we're both still engaged to her. You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy, he says with heavy resentment. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries. He suddenly remembers you are still there, falls silent and turns away. Thanks for sharing. Of course, officer, he says with a smile. Memories are all we have left. Okay. Go on. Okay, fine. There's no going that way, so we'll go this way. Okay. So... You know, I never actually noticed this. The textures change as the snow falls. Which is accurate, but a lot of games don't do that. A lot of everythings don't do that. So it's nice to see. God, this feels cold. Partly just because it's so empty. Kim, I'm gonna need you with me when I truth stick someone about my gun. Because I'm scared to do it alone. Because Kim is just the best. In every possible sense, Kim is the best. Okay. And... where was it? God, it's 8 p.m. and it's snowing. Go back inside, children. Winter, slow to let go of Revachol, flecks some more wet snow from above. The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring. How does it feel? You're warm in your hat and your coat. Like a well-equipped explorer, you comfortably survey the white landscape. What's above? Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud above. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. What's below me? Layer upon layer of sand poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers, rats scuttle. Tell me a secret of the sands, wind. Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You will probably never happen across it, but who knows? Concrete pipe under the boardwalk. I'll take a look at that. We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up. Kim. You're rad, Kim. I've said it before, but it bears saying again. Whoops. And this is the old fish market. This is where I will supposedly be meeting someone to find my gun. But that's in a little while. Anything new I can chat? No, nothing to chat to Kim about. So I think I'm just going to pull out the book I got. Not that one. Not that one. That one. And just use this to pass the time. So from what I've seen previously, it looks like as long as you just have it open, time passes. At about 15 times the normal rate. The other book may be faster, but this is still useful. As I said, I'm not reading this all, because I've read it previously. I'm just using this to pass the time. Come on. And just keep clicking through these to make sure that the game continues to actually register this as me reading. Because otherwise, potentially, it would not. And I don't want that to happen. Okay. I mean, we're almost there. It's almost 10 o'clock. Excuse me? Excuse me, ma'am.
Put your hands where I can see them. Show me your hands. This is the pigs. Show me your hands. Right now! Show me your hands right now!
Scavenged battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. Her hand is trembling from some sort of neurodegenerative disease. Yeah, she's crazy. Like,
Madame,
literally.
Please drop the firearm immediately.
You shouldn't be here. Something very wrong with her. She's completely out of control. If you want the pry bar, you're going to have to pry it from me. Oh god, you're right, Luca. She's very much a Dark Souls boss. Easy, ma'am. Take it easy.
Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer under duress! Officer under duress! I am the police! Don't move! Don't move! Hands on your head! Suspect is armed and dangerous!
I'm not moving.
Suspect is on the loose! Suspect at large! Officer administers street justice at her own peril! That one extra leg with a baton or extra knee strike above what was actually required! Suspect is under control! Suspect is under control!
Oh?
Be careful, detective. Don't do anything that might set her off.
28% chance. I can't really improve my hand-eye coordination either. We can solve this peacefully. Please lower the weapon. Officer in need of assistance. Her eyes dark between you and Kim. Suspect at large. Get on the ground. Ma'am, please. The lieutenant is trying to maintain eye contact. We want to help you, but you need to lower that weapon. That's it. You're under arrest. You're making it worse, officer, the lieutenant says quietly. His eyes never leave the woman's face. Please identify yourself, ma'am. It's the goddamn police, shitbag, she yells into the megaphone. Hug the pavement, you're under arrest. You're not the police, we are the police. Back up? She lowers the megaphone halfway, but immediately raises it again and screams, back up, status unconfirmed. Lieutenant W. Frita, Harriet Dubois, 41st Precinct. This is my partner, Lieutenant Kitsuragi from the 57th. No, the crazed woman mumbles, shaking her head. No. I thought Mr. Morand. Gareth. Suddenly she raises the megaphone and screams, aggravated assault! Man down! Officers in pursuit! There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here. What's the situation? The lieutenant hesitates, addressing the woman. Officer. Law enforcement compromised, she screams in the megaphone. Red and blue lights illuminate the spit flying everywhere. Impersonating a police officer. What if she's right and I actually am an imposter? No, I'm not going that way. We really are cops. Look, my badge. License and registration, she repeatedly bashes the megaphone against her head, then screams in the bloody mouthpiece. License and registration! Come in, dispatch! Sector azimuth! Oh, she's like properly, like mentally unwell? She's losing it. One twitch and there will be blood. Chat? Is it time? Is it time to invoke my anti-RNG? Look, the worst thing she can do is fucking shoot me. This is why I have Kim here. I have to do it. Fuck! Yes! It works, chat! Alright, this is how we do it. You fling the pry bar at her, already darting right, and immediately close the distance. Left hand grabs the barrel, right one breaks the wrist. A drop of sweat runs down your nose, and in it you see the Martinez Inlet, wrapped in the night. In the abandoned fish market, 3 figures stand in a spectacular light show. A large, loud woman is pointing an empty firearm at the other 2. She doesn't want to listen or even be heard. Kim, I'm almost certain there are no bullets in that gun. Huh? The lieutenant studies the swaying firearm. My god, I think you're right. I thought I was gonna do a cool thing. I mean, I am doing a better cool thing that doesn't involve killing her. Go ahead. Pull the trigger, I dare you. Suicide by cop. Split-second decision. Eat lead, scumbag. God, the lieutenant exhales loudly and uses his offhand to wipe his forehead. I almost blew her head off. What is this? The old woman looks at the treacherous weapon. This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. The gun lands on the wooden planks and tears run down her scratched cheeks. Police guns always have bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this? She looks devastated. Grab the gun. Right now. This might be your only chance. Pick up your gun. No one ever cares anymore. Her voice is growing fainter as she rocks back and forth slowly. Why would they cheat me like this? Poor woman, the lieutenant holsters his pistol. We need to figure out what to do with her now. Nobody's ever around, the old woman mumbles, staring blankly at the boardwalk. No one ever comes to visit me. You tried to kill me! I'm very sorry that this is how life turned out for you. Things I do sympathize because... I mean, I was tense as well, Luca. I do sympathize because she is not... Yeah, she's not entirely culpable on account of she's kind of crazy. Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there. What do you think is happening to her? She's in stupor, the lieutenant replies, inspecting the catatonic woman standing in the dark. I've seen this before. God knows for how long. Could be days when they get like this. Why was she like this in the first place? Honestly, I don't know. Dementia, probably. He lowers his voice. Dementia and Channel 8. It's lonely. Nod. This is what happens when you listen to too many cop shows on the radio. No, because most people can separate fantasy from reality. Neurodegenerative disease. Could be, agrees the lieutenant. Her hands were trembling and she did seem uncoordinated. But what are we going to do with her? Should we just arrest her? I don't think there's any need for that. In her current state, and without the gun, she isn't really a threat to anyone. We could let Titus know. This is a perfect problem for the local peacekeepers to handle. You know what? Yes, it is. This is what they should be doing more of. They might even know her family. I don't want to endorse the Hardy Boys' inflated sense of self-worth. But the thing is, yeah, they are locals. This is a local problem, but one that doesn't need any police intervention. Then we can ask him once we get back to the whirling. But we have to hurry. But it's late and they might have already gone home. But I think we're done here for now. Let's head out. This is done. As you turn to leave, the faintest of voices comes from the woman. Please leave the radio on, she mutters. It seems like a reflex, a half-remembered sentence. Reflex to what? Being left alone? She stands motionless, just a heap of clothes and flashers now. Maybe if you search her once more? Fine. Is one of those things a police cap? That's interesting. She doesn't even flinch as you reach out and disentangle the familiar-looking lieutenant's cap from her mountain of RCM paraphernalia. Oh, is that yours? It's hard to say. It's been so long since you wore yours. Maybe, probably. You know me. The lieutenant nods. It's your hat. Leave her be. Let's see what perks the hat gives me, if any. +1 authority. This gives me good logic, though. Anyway. Let's head over to the whirling, see if Titus and the Hardy Boys are still there. And hopefully they can help this woman, at least tonight. I'm so glad Kim didn't get shot. That would have been the worst timeline. Okay, now the kids are where they should be. Wait. Take the stairs. If Kim is in danger, I will happily save Scum. I won't save Scum for me. I'll do it for him. I don't deserve it. He does. I mean, Harry's not the best dude, let's be honest. The way I'm playing him, he's trying to get better, but he's still not the best dude. And this is kind of approaching the end of my stream. So, as soon as we talk to him and see if we can do the quick debriefing with Kim, I will be finishing up. Hey, they're still here. Good.
It's you again. What is it?
There's an old catatonic lady in the old fish market on the other side of the bay. She needs help. The big man laughs, nearly spitting out his beer. What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now? You're local law enforcement, aren't you? The lieutenant looks Titus in the eye. Helping troubled civilians should fall under your jurisdiction. Yeah, we'll send someone out. Who is? Wait, it's the pigs, isn't it? Yep, her. He pushes up his cap. God, poor lady. Don't worry, we'll handle this. I think she's got some family in Quran or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints. Hey, Eugene interjects. Wasn't Everart's B team looking for her the other day? It said something about her. I don't know. Finding something? Hello, Jen. I'm sorry, I'm just finishing. We're a couple of minutes from the end, but I'm so happy you're here. Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. Titus gives him a beer to salute. A beer salute, and turns to you. Have something of yours, pig? Whatever you do, do not admit to these pints you lost your gun. You will suffer if you do. Nope, she didn't have anything of mine. No, well, whatever then, Copper. Titus chugs his beer down and wipes his mouth. No, they totally said what it was. What was it? He's still thinking it over in the corner. Anyone remember? The tattooed man scratches his head with his knuckle. I don't remember. I was fucking drunk. Well, thank you, Jen. The same to you. Let me know if you figure it out back there, the big man says, turning to you. Now, anything else I can help you with? What's her name? Her real name. He takes off his cap and scratches his head. Auntie LaPlante, we always call her. Something LaPlante? Marianne, amigo, he says, pouring himself another drink. Marianne LaPlante. The big guy nods, drinking his toast. Anything else you wanted to know? Who was she? Was? Like before? Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit, never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. He swirls his beer. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still. The children kept her together. How did she get like this? Get wanting to be a cop, you mean? Well, he furrows his brow in thought. Shit, I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig? No fucking clue, the tattooed man shouts. It's gotta be crazy. Who'd want to be a pig? Law enforcement is a respectable occupation. But yeah, someone who wanted to set the world right before it ends. He blinks. No, because I'm not fucking stupid. Yeah, cop, that's some pretty fucking weird shit to say. The pig's level weird, the big man shrugs. But whatever gets you through the day. Where'd you get all her cop gear? Dunno, Titus says, shrugging. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the beach. Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast. Purple Spider Zero, thank you so much for the follow. You're truly some pig. Police paraphernalia doesn't just wash up on the coast, people. It's not like we dump it at night. She bought it, collected it. Station 41. A man carries a crate of rusted, unused badges. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a comb futilely across his head. Shit, who'd want those? Just dump them into the river. Thanks for helping out with this one, Titus. No problemo, cop man. We take care of our mentally ill here in Martinez. Ain't that right, boys? Sure enough, Eugene raises his glass in toast. We're the real heroes on these streets. I thought maybe this would help me with that check. Not so. Kim, you want to debrief? Is that a thing we can do now? No, apparently not. Okay. That is where I'm going to call stream. I could keep playing this forever, but I don't know how to end that sentence because I kind of do want to keep playing it forever, but I'm not going to today. Frankly, I have things to do. Thank you all so much for joining me. This has been an absolutely wonderful stream for me. I've really enjoyed streaming for everybody. I mean, I always do, but this for me is always a special one. There's something special about Disco Elysium. So I'm going to be streaming next on Wednesday, 5:30 Eastern Time, which should be the finale of Shining Force. Should be. And I'm going to be streaming this again, Sunday, 2:30 Eastern Time, as usual. But next week, Saturday at 5:30 Eastern Time, I have a new series starting, which I'm very, very excited for. Sure thing, Luca. Enjoy your time off Twitch. And yeah, those of you who are watching through Barry's chat, obviously you can't comment in my chat, but I hope you also have a wonderful time, all of you. And I will see everybody around. Who are we going to be raiding? It looks like... Oh, Chair's live. You know, Chair raids me a lot, but I rarely get a chance to raid him. So let's raid Chair. And I think we're not gonna have a raid message because I'm terrible at thinking of those. But yeah, I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful time. I hope to see you around in the next couple of streams, the next couple of weeks. and I am getting increasingly intrigued by this game. If you haven't played it, I strongly suggest you do. It's wonderful. Have a great one, everybody. Ciao.